we got bird. My opponent plays e4. So options. Let's play. Well, let's play the Sicilian. Why not? QH97. Played quite a lot of games. Alright, what are we gonna get? Open, Grand Prix, Alapin. Some more ideas, or maybe closed. It's gonna be open. Well, E6 like always, or something different. Let's E6 it. And we do indeed get the open Sicilian. I mean, this is always the moment of truth for me. Are we gonna play something serious with the Diamond, for instance, or Khan, or am I gonna play my nonsense? Well, let's give up one Queen is Sicilian a try. 15-10 Queen is Sicilian. A Lithuanian Aloysius Queen is played this and gotten the renamed this after him. So this is what we kind of want to see. We distract the knight from the central square. We're kind of threatening this. And now that we did that, the move I usually play here is kind of funny looking that we go there. Oops, I mouse clicked. Let's go back to here and go back to the normal Khan. But we did gain this much ground, so the knight is not longer very active there in the center. This also stops this, which is sometimes a decent move. So knight, bishop e3. So they don't block, play knight c3 and block the c4, which might happen. I wanna play knight f6 just to put the pressure here, and kind of wanna see the knight come here anyways. Before or not let them play that and go into the Maroczy point. I mean, of course they could just put the bishop here and just keep on. Maybe still go for it. Not that it's the end of the world or anything, but usually if this happens, then we are kind of often end up in some kind of a hedgehoggy setup, which is fine, but also kind of difficult to play. Alright, so they are not gonna give me much of a ground on this. They're just gonna do it. I mean, maybe the knight could go here. I don't know if it's going anywhere. I feel like this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. Maybe take castle first. There's some spicy lines where we could go for a little bit fishing bowlish attack. I do like the h5 stuff, but maybe not instantly when they haven't weakened anything or even castled yet. So a6 looks normal, but since that's not coming here yet, do we have to play it? I wanna kind of put them pressure here, but are we in time? Because if I play b6, c4, bishop b7, knight comes to c3 anyways. There's some chances I could push d5 there. I mean, there is also chances we could push d5, which is often a good move instantly, since that's one of the downsides of not playing knight c3 is that they don't really cover this square well. And I'm covering it enough so we don't really even have to worry about any checks and attacks on here. I think I'll play d5 while we can. I mean, question is probably if they take, is that are we gonna take with the pawn or the knight? Pawn in the center is pawn in the center, but it's also isolated. Knight in the center is knight in the center and hits this guy, so it's decent too. taking with a pawn does free this bishop to roam around here. I do like taking with the pawn if it will holds. But also this tempo looks, I assume they have to defend or protect the bishop somehow. It goes here, like if I take here, then it makes it a little harder for me to castle. I think I'll take with the pawn. Let's play this one. There's no pressure on my pawn at all at the moment. None. This could add a little bit of pressure there. Alright, so they take care of this square. They want to castle. Otherwise the knight g4 would have been a bit of a problem of the castles. So we could develop, we could... Also it takes away square from this bishop which we just opened up. Yeah, that is true. I still have problems. I was kind of happy that this was kind of fixing the problems with the light square Vichy, but... Maybe it was better to take the knight, because then we have this diagonal free for the bishop to go anyways. Alright, so I think I'll play the bishop somewhere. Get ready to castle. I think I'll go here, since it's not clear I would be doing anything useful on this diagonal. And there is always some chances that we might end up getting hit by these moves, and I have to spend a tempo on stopping it. I might have to stop by a6 anyways though. But also it's maybe handy to be here, question mark. I was gonna castle. Or maybe it's like useful to have this guy defended already, so we don't have to worry about bishop g5s. I think I'll castle. Think about where to put these guys. I mean, this is probably gonna go here, but this guy on the other hand, I don't still know. Like maybe I'll stick this guy here and be happy, but then I might come back to d4. Wonder if I have enough like play here to justify that weakness of the isolated pawn. I assume this should be some kind of an advantage for black, that one of the defenders is on that side of the board. Alright, so instead of putting the knight there and pressuring me, they put the pawn there just to fix my isolani really well. But to be honest, it was really not going forward anyways. That was really well covered. And I thought this knight here would be very annoying. So I'm kind of happy about c3. I feel like it's a... I mean, it's a solid move, of course. Fixes this well. But maybe it's one of those that are a little too solid, question mark. Alright, let's bring out the knight. Alright, one of the things I did not consider that we lost control of c5 here. They could stick somebody there. Alright, so this is kind of like going there and taking the placement of this knight. Here we could play the knight here. Hit the bishop. But then there is also some stuff with the pin there. We could unpin. And maybe they move the bishop and we could maybe discover check, take the bishop, question mark. Of course the bishop could just move away anyways. I think I'll go there if there's... I don't see instantly anything super wrong about it. I see the pin, but I was thinking that I can I'll live with a pin. Because I had some ideas that, well, I guess he's gonna go there. I somehow hoped he would go there and then I would at least get my bishop out nicely. But maybe this and then still have the problems where to stick this guy. I mean, I could always put it here, but it's slow and it's not clear we're ever gonna do much there because this is not going forward, especially if they stick somebody there. So might be a few moves just to put the bishop there where it does nothing. Well, it does always X-ray here, so we could then use the square for the knight. Also, maybe someday it could go here and question mark. Alright, should we be worried about this now? Maybe. I could go here, chop chop. They go here. Also maybe here at some point. Oh no. The pawn does cover this stuff here. Could get rid of the isolated pawn. It's probably not the best pawn in the world here, but it would be out of the way. Knight goes here. I don't know. I feel like I'll start with... Then I have to worry about this. If I start with this, then I don't have to worry about this. Could also maybe go here and think about some other roads around here. Just ignore this idiot here. Assume somebody's gonna go there. Also, if I move the bishop into this side, then I have to worry about these guys coming there. So maybe we wanna keep the... But it's so badly placed though. So badly placed. Just box the rook. Maybe it could live here. There's also a question, maybe it could go e6, but then this guy hits it. Alright, I'll go here. This looked also good, that looked okay. Well, there is no reason to take with the queen, I suppose. No reason whatsoever. This looks tasty. And then I would actually probably again... I was still planning of going this way. But again, since we are really forcing the knight back into the game, I should not free the square for him. Of course, I might put the bishop here in some kind of a let's dominate the knight fashion. And that would be actually kind of true. Anything else? It looks a bit weird unblocking this defense. And the knight could still go there. Then I'm probably forced to take. I mean, I'm not forced to take, but... Maybe I was supposed to think about... Yeah, I played that too fast. Now I'm regretting it a little bit. Should have probably thought about this and... possibility of sidestepping that stuff here. I feel like I end up playing against the bishop there. It might be unpleasant. Oh well. That's gonna be a little unfun not to spend maybe time to play. I guess it's not really a threat as long as I have the queen here. Like if I move the rook here, they chop. I have b6 trapping the bishop. Alright, so they really wanna go there. And also kind of stop this. Alright, that is probably true. Rook f, rook e8. Maybe here. The queen is not going here. I guess he could go there. Is the bishop going here? That is possible. Queen here, or the rook here, just to... I don't know. I'll play rook e8, whatever. It's a square. Good idea that if this goes here, I was thinking that that's probably safe enough. Alright, now I realized the queen did hit this, so it's maybe not safe enough. This is different, so maybe there. This is all hindsight. That maybe we are still surviving here, and then maybe some rook here and take here. Probably has to be this, because the queen is defending here. Oh, boys. Guess we could play this one too. Or that one. Or that one. I mean, we could go here in search or like a stopping this kind of ideas, but then they could go there instead. The knight is questionable. Whatever, let's put the rook in the center. Centralize everything. Maybe still. I mean, we could also just go here and have this defended and hit this. Alright, they are doing the same. That's cheating. You can't copy my strategy of centralizing rooks like that. Alright. Not good. Meh. Maybe. Still doesn't look great. Knight's not really moving anywhere. Queen is not really moving anywhere either. Alright, I'll just play the b5. Idea b4. a5, b4. Hope we are fine and not die. What are we gonna do against this? Like still chop or dodge? Also maybe here. I mean this is the queen. Queen can go here or here or here. Or here. I mean, maybe here, but... I'll just go. Whatever. No thinking. I'm down on a clock quite a lot. 15:10, so we have a 10-second increment. I'm down like 4 minutes against them. Is that a plan? Maybe. What does it do? Well, at least it's kind of... I don't know if it does anything else except takes the pawns away from under the pressure. Like this kind of stuff after takes. Is this like a big goal of my... So I was hoping this would be okay, but I do see problems with the rook coming here now. I guess we could go there. Some kind of support around this too. And maybe someday we could swing in here. Maybe here. Looks fine. Alright, moment of truth. Now they have to take with the bishop, because this is blocked. So if I take, bishop takes, maybe bishop here, question mark, question mark, question mark. Threaten something, question mark, probably not. Maybe we'll take and push. Just let things happen. Is he threatening anything? Of course, I'm not happy letting him have the bishop pair, but the knight is super annoying there anyways. So can I push b4 and not die against something like queen g3 threatening this and maybe this question mark? Queen here, I probably have this move. This does weaken stuff too on my camp. Let's just push, whatever. Life's life. You die or you die. Feel like they are, I was going to say that they should probably take once at least, so this pawn doesn't end up as a target. Taking back again is probably not great, since then I have at least something to look at. This is a much more safe pawn if I take and take at the queen is already looking at it. They could go back. I mean, these do not, I was kind of looking at this stuff does not work, hopefully. Still at least defending this backwards. Against this we have that. I think. Like here, here, here. Takes, takes. Knight is hanging, rook is hanging. Oh, we probably take. Yeah. Can't do that one. That side is maybe better. His idea also maybe is to just put the take there with the bishop, or take with the pawn and put the bishop here, which is also kind of nicely solid square for the bishop. And this is probably gonna be a questionable pawn in the end, because it's on the light squares and they have a light squared bishop. Let's take once though. Just so I have a, like, maybe someday we could think about this pawn being a target here. Maybe. Not possible at the moment. But I was thinking that maybe I could chop, go here, chop everybody and somehow be fine. Probably go here too. My queen is defending f6. And my rooks are defending each other. Queen here. Maybe it's fine. Somehow I thought I prevented this by some kind of a thing here, but the queen defends this also. That's defended, so any funny business here doesn't really work because that is defended. They just take. There is always a chance that we could take and take. That's probably not enough though. Get rook and the piece. I was gonna say with some pressure, but I don't think I have any pressure. Alright, so this is the problem, I guess. If I move them somewhere away from that 6th rank, they're gonna chop here. Am I gonna go here and maybe they'll do this and that? Question mark. Maybe. Am I actually trapped there? Some line like this. I have 0 squares left. Well, bam, 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 bam. I mean, here we could still live in a way. Oh, but the piece of rook might also come here. Do I actually have to take there? Is that my best chance? Is that my best chance? God damn it. I don't know, maybe this just loses. Maybe this just loses. Also, it does forget this square completely. Like maybe this just wins, right? I have to see pressure here though. But maybe it's irrelevant. Like maybe it just chops once here and then goes here and it's almost game over. So he's gonna do it in a way that I'll go here. I mean here, and it's all they wrote. If I go here, it's gonna be bishop takes h7 anyways. 8, and I can't escape. I have to sack here to live, but I'm just a piece down there. I mean, I guess I could go there, question mark. Make some hat for my king to hide under. It's probably not gonna work out though. Well, we'll see how it goes. My queen is defended, so I don't lose that one, but... Check, check. King runs around somewhere. Stupid, and then probably this check finishes the game. I mean, this is the only move. This, if I go here, this is checkmate, so I have to go here. And I assume this is gonna finish the game off. At least if this takes here, we take here, or likewise, but then if this goes there, probably this, I have to go maybe here, so it's not a check when they take here, but probably now this one. We have to go all the way here and here. So this, just this. All right. Well, we go keep on climbing, I guess. I guess he goes there anyways, and then my queen is not defended. All right, fine. Let's look at that one. All right, all the way here. Queen a7 was a huge blunder. But how do I hold on here, though? Queen a6 was the best, but I did not really realize, like, what do I do if they go here? Because I have no squares here. If I go here, I thought this comes here, and then where is this queen going to go? I have no squares anywhere. Like, that's a lot of firepower aiming at here, 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 here. Like, how does this even work? Oh, crabola. Rook b1 takes away the protection of here, so I can chop here. So this was not a problem. Maybe. Still looks a little flimsy-flamsy, but... Queen a6. Yeah, I did not realize that this move does not protect the bishop anymore. Alright, so my opponent didn't make a single inaccuracy mistake or a blunder. So I had no chances at all. Is d5 okay? Seems to be okay. Being played by somebody. Few games. Alright, so I guess, yeah, probably should have taken with the knight, because I don't know if my pieces really supported them. The attack to justify getting a weakness like isolated pawn. Should have probably thought about this moment for a little while longer. White's slightly better. White is slightly better. Does not like that one. Instead, computer would do something else, I suppose. Bishop d6. Like, why? What are we going to do against this one? A random check here and bishop e5, and that's somehow fine. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, f8. Yeah, I don't know about that. Hey, king g1 is the computer's line there. I just don't want to even look at the computer lines. They are so stupid. Like it's complete nonsense. Like they don't help anybody anyway. I thought this was fine. 8-3 seems like a waste of time, but maybe it's not. Seemed like a best bet. I don't know if I can tolerate the knight being here. Sad to give up this bishop, but what can you do? It's Mr. Machine say here. It would they also take, at least that's sensible. That's fine. Fine. Maybe this entire plan was a little flawed. And that's fine, but this is not fine. This just wins. So how bad is this, which I was considering seriously? It doesn't even work at all. Am I like somehow a little bit cross-eyed here and thought that, like I thought, oh, this takes and then I can take here, but it's that one that, not that one. Because this does not work at all because of just takes and this is defended. Yeah. Here we are completely cross-eyed, like an don't understand which of the bishops is defending the rook. Because I was really considering that I would have some kind of a play here. We probably would not have even if it was this one and I would take this and... But obviously here we are just a rook for a queen and completely lost. I don't think there's any chances here, yeah. It's just perfect. Yeah, what can you do? Alright, that was horrible. Until next time.